All right, welcome everyone to the Monday afternoon Advocate News Meeting. I'm editor Chris Cobbler. With me as always to my right,
Tony Belandrin, city editor.
And to my left in her Christmas sweater, apparently.
Yeah, Santa on a unicorn in
Santa
space.
On a unicorn in space. That's very bizarre.
TipsyElves.com, highly recommend.
All right.
Carolina Strain, digital editor. If you want to join in the conversation, I have turned off the filter, so comment away and I will relay it over to Tony and Chris. And we can't forget about
Sam Hankins.
Page designer, copy editor.
Who are you doing the front or is Nicole today?
Me.
All right, so Sam's doing the front page today. So if you don't like how it turns out, just call her up directly at 574-1222.
Extension is 6518.
All right. We were just before we came on debating the best musicals of all time, and Tony let me know that the longest running musical ever on Broadway, continuously running is Phantom of the Opera. I'm making the case though that there's something different about the economics of Broadway because some of the best musicals of the past are not even on the list, and the top 10 list are all somewhat more, maybe 70s on musicals, everyone.
And some of these performers too, they probably, they'll sign for 2 or 3 years, and then you want to re-sign them, you're going to like double their salary.
So let's say
they become a liability.
Best musicals of all time. Well, one of them is number 10 is my number one, Wicked. Close second would be Singing in the Rain.
But that was that a Broadway play?
Close third, yeah, would be My Fair Lady, which was a huge hit. My Fair Lady.
Singing in the Rain was Broadway?
Yeah. And was it not? I'm pretty sure it was. Yes, it was. I'm sure it was. So. And
maybe it went from movie to Broadway.
Maybe.
But I don't know about Broadway to movie.
And so you're throwing off my list. I said My Fair Lady, then what would be after My Fair Lady? Singing. Those three are so awesome.
How do you do
Mary Poppins?
Singing in the Rain on Broadway? Does everyone paint themselves in? No, there's. I'm thinking the Wizard of Oz.
They'd have to have rain.
Yeah.
They'd have to lay down a bunch of plastic tar.
Did American in Paris go to Broadway?
American in Paris.
I think that was Broadway.
Yeah.
That was awesome too. Gene Kelly.
Awesome.
Bet not on the list.
But also.
Sound of Music, that was on Broadway.
Camelot was.
Yeah, and that's not on the list. Sound of Music.
And they made that into a movie.
What about Chicago?
It's on the list. I don't like it that much.
I love Chicago.
Really good.
My dad was like horrified that I was so into it in middle school. He was like, that's all just a bunch of burlesque stuff. And I had no idea what burlesque meant, so I had to look it up.
There's nobody naked in that play.
And then I told him that I wanted to have my quinceañera themed Chicago.
Oh.
Wow.
And then I think...
Quinceañera themed Chicago.
Like,
I don't know. Has that ever been done?
Get out on the
I
street.
wanted it to be exceptional. But then instead I went for I did a 10-day study abroad trip into Spain instead. I swapped out.
And did you have a quinceañera?
No, because I went to Spain.
You went to Spain instead, huh? I didn't know that was allowed.
What do you mean?
Well,
Carolina, you know what they say about the rain in Spain.
Yeah.
The rain in Spain
Exactly.
falls. And you're supposed to be required to write a passage to have your quinceañera. Not just trade it for a trip.
I got to trade it in. I don't know. My dad is flexible parenting.
I guess. But what about the tradition?
I was an altar girl too.
An
So
altar
probably
girl?
should have.
really?
I probably should have done it.
That wasn't allowed then. Was
Altar.
it? When did altar girls? When did that start being allowed in the Catholic Church?
It was Vatican II.
I've
that
always
did it.
been allowed.
Well, I guess I'm
Vatican,
too old.
the Vatican changed that rule a long time ago.
What year was
There's
that? I
altar
don't
girls.
remember.
It was pretty fun being an
You
altar
have to
girl.
Google Vatican II.
Vatican II. Okay.
We've got a hello, a good afternoon from Danielle S. Stylings.
Danielle, what's your favorite musical?
Daniel.
Daniel. Oh, Daniel.
Sorry.
Daniel, he's my brother.
Oh, Daniel.
He is older than me. Do you still feel the pain?
I like Oh Danny Boy better.
Well, that's not his name. It's not Danny. It's Daniel.
But obviously Daniel has eyes. Because he's watching us.
Meredith says she's weird.
We're weird.
Oh, is that what?
We're the weird ones.
I know you are, but what am I? All right. We got a music trivia question, too, to go with. Well, this is too easy. Well, let's ask only Carolina this question.
Oh, no.
Because Tony would get it. Songs such as Feels Like the First Time and Hot Blooded were hits for which rock band from the 70s?
What? I don't know.
You don't know?
Feels like a good time?
Feels like the first time. You know what they're referencing?
Like
Yeah.
a virgin?
Yeah.
Madonna?
Yeah.
What?
There's a
The
double
song was
entendre.
"Feels Like the First Time."
I don't know.
Hot blooded, check it and see.
Foreigner.
I got it.
Jono
She's not. She's
You know,
not.
I've heard the
She's
song,
not.
but I never-
She's not insulting you.
I
She's
didn't
saying the
know
name
it
of the
was
band.
them.
Oh, I
would've
know.
guessed it
But
was
I don't
them.
know it.
Foreigner.
Foreigner.
You're-
Oh, you're giving me the
She's
the
giving you
answer.
the answer.
Thank,
No.
thank you, Meredith.
No,
Sorry.
she's calling you a foreigner.
I am I'm not really.
It's because of your hair color.
Well, I don't know.
All
Sorry.
right. Well, anyway, that's the music trivia. We're gonna get to the news here.
Daniel
Daniel.
says Sound of Music.
No, that's a good
his
choice.
favorite.
Good choice.
But yeah, I guess that was a Broadway play
Yeah.
too.
Well, Donald Tharp has joined us. and
What's your-
I think Scott and Don Posey are watching too.
So Donald, what's your favorite musical? I would say for you it'd be Singing in the Rain after your namesake Donald O'Connor, who did a great bit in that called Make 'Em Laugh. That dance routine and that musical was superb.
In the sound. Wait.
And the sound of, and I'm sorry, in Singing in the Rain is what I said.
Okay.
Singing in the Rain.
I was
Singing in the
like-
Rain. Make 'em laugh.
Make 'em laugh. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I like
When
Good
he runs
Morning.
up the
Yeah.
wall, flips over. That's awesome.
I like Be a Clown better from, is it The Pirate with Judy Garland? Have you seen The Pirate with Judy Garland? And,
I don't remember that.
Gene Kelly?
Would Wizard of Oz count as a musical? I guess it would.
mhm.
Did it play on Broadway? Wicked, obviously.
Probably
did.
not.
Oh, no, sorry. I think it's Debbie Reynolds.
Well, maybe it did.
No,
back
Judy
in the
Garland,
turn of the
yeah, okay.
century.
Well, no, the movie came out in '39.
I know, but the book has been around for a lot longer.
Yeah.
In fact, it was not the original Wizard of Oz.
No,
There was a silent one. There was a silent version of Wizard of Oz.
movie goes.
Yeah. It's like
Why don't we do a silent news meeting sometime?
And
We need, we need subtitles.
A
Yeah, we need subtitles though. And
They're not
Operatic
They're not
music?
subtitles though. What are they called? The cards. You remember Charlie Chaplin?
yeah, how we go very dramatic.
Where there would be like
poses.
like a card that
Yeah.
just had the words on it.
Right, just pretty held up. you
It's
know.
all in the face. We'll have to start wearing makeup.
I just want to see if there's alcohol in that.
Yeah.
coffee.
On our faces.
Remember the silent movie with Mel Brooks?
Oh, I couldn't get through it.
You didn't?
I barely got through The Artist.
Who had the only speaking role in silent movie?
Marcel Marceau.
There you
We've
go.
gone down this path.
All right, we have.
But I couldn't get through that. I barely got through The Artist. I don't know how it won Best Picture. But
I love The Artist, especially when they use
in The
Bernard
Artist? Who's
Herrmann's
that?
score at the end.
Oh,
some
no, I didn't.
French actors.
I
Oh,
love
yeah,
The Artist.
no.
I would gladly
French
accept
or-
that.
There's a new movie
as
coming out with
birthday
Daniel Day-Lewis.
or
Looks awful,
Christmas
awful
present.
too, by the way. What's that new movie with Daniel Day-Lewis? Ugh.
Is it other? No, that's not that one.
He's like the male equivalent of Meryl Streep.
There's a really good movie.
Gosh, you're being so rude.
There's a really good movie coming out. Well, actually, it was released last November. It was called Call Me by Your Name.
Call Me by Your Name.
Yes, it's a gay-themed movie.
All right.
And
I don't get what that title means.
It has Timothy Chalamet, who's in Lady Bird.
Oh,
Chalamet?
Yes,
Is that an elementary school in Victoria?
I don't know.
that's Charlemagne.
Oh, okay. I'm confused.
But he's a new on the scene actor, and he's like really got high kudos
You
in
would- if-
Lady Bird and in this
If
movie.
you'd call me by your name, you'd be calling me Tony, wouldn't you?
I don't really understand the significance of it, but I do know the plot, which I'm not going to get into.
Sounds like very
Oh.
intimate.
All
Yes,
right.
it's very it's about a coming of
It
age.
sounds very confusing to me. Call me by your name. You would be calling me Carolina.
Unless you have a name,
I would be really confused.
unless they have a name for you, then it's like, oh,
So
call
it
me by
sounds
the
like
name
a
you
like a
created.
transcend like kind of a what is it? A transcending experience.
Transcendentalism.
That's what it. Yeah.
I don't want any of
That's
that.
going back for a while.
All right.
That's,
Well,
that's Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry Thoreau.
in news, we do have some news in here somewhere. We have a story about the Salvation Army needing more bell ringers. So if you're feeling in the season.
I gave a bell ringer $5 this weekend.
Nice.
Wow.
Highway
And then you
robbery.
asked for change, right?
No.
You said, can I get 4 back?
I should have, right?
Well, they need it. They need donations more than ever since the Harvey damage to their building and to their shelter. So.
But I wonder how
hopefully-
much of it stays here and how much it goes to national.
I don't know. That's a good question, but I think most of it stay here now. The need is definitely great. I have to ask Major Laura Martin that question. She's a local major.
I thought you were going to say Major Laura Garcia.
No, Laura Martin is her name.
Laura's watching now.
She's a very model of a modern
Laura
major
Garcia's
general.
watching now?
Yes, that's why I thought
Ground
of her.
control to Major Laura.
She's a very modern. She's
Little David Bowie reference? On
Yeah,
the
that's a
musical?
good one.
All right.
a very model of a modern major general.
Ah, nice.
And name that musical.
Thoroughly.
Maybe somebody. No. Maybe somebody out there can name that
Sam knows it.
model of a modern major general.
Go ahead, Sam.
Can I say it, Tony?
No, let's see if one of our
Oh.
viewers can guess.
Oh, okay, not yet.
Say it anyway, Sam.
No.
I'm a good sport.
Tony likes to spoil everybody's movies.
Yeah, Tony spoils everything.
Yeah.
I just started
Spoil it,
watching
Sam.
The Sopranos.
No, that's
Can you
not
spoil
a
that for me?
spoiler. There's no plot there.
If you give the answer, it's the definition of a spoiler.
Angela Lansbury was in this musical, and it was a musical on
Musical she
stage.
wrote.
Then it became a a movie.
All right. Then we've got a story
And
about
really,
the
that's the only song I can think of.
live
that whole
Christmas
musical.
trees. We could have a tips box, actually. Break out tips on how to keep your tree.
I'm gonna Google
Fresh.
it and spoil it.
Go do it.
I thought you were going to say how to keep your tree lit.
lit.
Well,
Fresh.
then I'll just say it then. It's from Pirates of Penzance.
Pirates and whose pants? What'd you say?
Pirates of Penzance.
What did you say?
Pirate of whose pants?
That's not what I thought.
There should be a new hashtag misheard in the newsroom.
Yeah. I've never seen that one. Actually, I don't think I've seen that musical.
I forget. It was
Oh,
at the time he was a well-known rock star who played the lead in the movie. Do an IBM
Peter Frampton.
IBDM search.
IMDb.
IMDb. Thank you. I always get the letters mixed up. IMDb.
IBM.
An IBM search.
All right, IBM.
That movie that Tony.
Thank
Who
you,
played in
Meredith.
Pirates of Penzance, a rock star.
Angela Lansbury was in it.
Oh my gosh. All right, we got to watch our language.
All right.
Former prom princess Annabelle de la Torre, her mother is watching.
Oh, hi.
It's
Hi.
Sandra.
Hi, Sandra. How are you?
Did you
Are
put
you
it in
named
yet?
after Sandra Dee of
You find it?
Hollywood music fame? Remember Sandra Dee from the Beach Blanket Bingo movies and all that? Oh, no,
Is this the same one who was lousy with virginity?
Well, who was in the movie?
In
Pirates
Pirates
of
of
Pirate of Penzance.
I don't know. I only know the song.
Well, look it up, somebody.
Oh my gosh.
You can
I'm
look it
not
up.
married.
Then we've got a
Do
story.
I
No,
look
I'm on
like
the budget.
Google?
We're trying to do journalism here.
Gorilla Gourmet is coming
It's
to a
my
close here at the
name.
Advocate. Last day is going to be December
They're turning Spotlight
21st,
into
I
a
believe.
musical. Do you know that?
To a musical, are they? Yeah, that'd be a good one. I had a great
What would be
lunch
the
at
name
Gorilla
of the
Gourmet
song?
today, so you need to hurry down.
Oh,
They
I
are
do.
going to have their lunch. They're going to have the food truck out still.
Can I eat during the training at 2?
What time do they
Yeah.
close today?
Yeah, 2 o'clock training. I don't know. 1-ish.
Oh, wait a minute. Today
We got our Christmas
I
child.
do mine Tuesday.
We've got county commissioners meeting. They met today to talk about the trapper and other things. They do anything about the trapper, Marina?
Yeah, they're gonna give them 90 days to figure out a private partnership, have
That could've been
private
bad.
public partnership agreement.
Yeah.
So basically, Commissioner Burns and Mionic are in charge of talking with the ranchers to come up with a solution to keep the county's portion of that funding funded.
So they were open to somehow working out
Yes,
keeping the trapper.
yeah,
All right.
that's correct.
What's this? Did you see this down here?
What's that?
I wonder if somebody's said something to her.
I
This
don't
White
know.
House briefing gets contentious over Trump's media attacks.
I don't know. I don't know that one. I don't know. Then we got Crime Stoppers. You have to look for Tony. We've got
That's in.
a story Marina has
Gloria?
about
Yeah.
a new opponent for Clint Ives in the Republican primary for county commissioner, Mark Schroller. We'll have to get the details on him. I don't know him. Health Department column. There was a wreck last night. We got the information for late, so it's posted online, but we'll have to run it in print now and check on the woman's condition, Erica Garcia, was in critical condition after her vehicle lost control going around a curve. So I hope she's doing better. And then your schools, we've got Our Lady of Victory has a crochet class. So they never taught me that in school. Crocheting.
Okay.
Not croquet, crochet. No. I did play croquet, but
How's
Have
croquet
you ever had a
spelled?
croquette?
How's croquet
with a
spelled?
Q.
Oh.
Q. Why would they
But is
have
it
a
spelled just like this?
no crochet? This is crochet.
No, it doesn't.
You know, knit one, whatever.
Why would they teach crochet?
Because it's a dying art.
It's a
and
private
got
school. They do whatever they want.
Well, I think it's also
if
valuable
they teach
to
crochet,
learn
they
how
can
to
teach
be
croquet.
resourceful. And
In case you're left stranded after the end of the world or whatever
or-
post-apocalyptic times, you'll know how to crochet something.
or if you want
Chris,
to
you're being a
be,
hater right now.
yeah, or if you want to be like the #1 DIY Christmas gifter.
Oh, I see.
You know, it's cool to be crafty.
Yeah, or if you want
Is
to
it?
have a hobby to
Yeah.
Crafty
enrich
is-
your
has a
life
negative.
and improve your
Children
mental
have to
health as
learn
an
it.
adult.
Are you a crocheter? Am I getting this?
Uh-oh.
My mother is. So
All right,
I
all right.
have something against my
Oh wow, this took an ugly turn. I just want to play croquet instead. You like
Oh,
croquet?
Chris, you
I like to
and-
hit the ball and whack it away. And
Look, you and your lofty pastimes. Meanwhile, we're knitting our own scarves. No, I'm just kidding.
knitting and crocheting are not the same thing.
I know, I'm sorry.
So,
I gotta
you-
get the language right.
All right. If we brought up, they were teaching knitting, I might see some value in that.
Crochet, there's value in that.
Or
Oh my
sewing.
I think they're all valuable.
All right.
But I don't believe daughters
Yeah,
today are
something
being
like that.
taught by their mothers
Actually-
because they probably skipped that lesson from their mothers.
Gabby said there were a
because
lot of boys in this class, by the way.
technology. Oh,
So
that's
you were,
good.
So,
I'm just saying, like,
All right.
when I interviewed the kids at OLV
you know.
for this class, they were saying that their parents were really impressed because they never got that skill handed down from them from their grandparents.
Shouldn't they just spend more time on the basics, reading, writing, arithmetic?
They do that
and not
already
crocheting?
too. That there's some logic like you have to put into that.
Why not?
Planning.
I think I'm going to knit my brow.
You need to have motor skills.
Yeah, you gotta have motor skills.
Spatial problem
Why
solving.
not crocheting, macrame, and weaving?
Macrame. I
Instead
think
of
origami.
Reading,
I think they
writing,
should
and
do origami.
arithmetic.
That'd be cool.
I think you're just being combative.
No, I like Blade Runner. A little origami. I don't know how Edward James almost did that. I mean, those little-
I'm sure they did it on
We
camera.
love Blade Runner. We talk about Blade Runner on this show all the time.
And then in news, we've got John's got the jury selected in Rodolfo Alvarez. He was convicted in April of drunkenly crashing his truck into another vehicle, holding a mother and a young daughter. The young daughter died, so now he faces murder charges. He was convicted. I forget what the original case was, but that was in the injury of the mother was the first trial, and the second trial is about the death of the daughter.
Why do they try them separately?
I don't know.
Two charges.
That's a good question on that. I don't
Two
know.
charges.
That's a good question for John. Why didn't they do them both in one trial? I'm not sure of that.
Was he convicted in the other one?
Yeah, he was, and he got, but it wasn't death, so he didn't get life or anything like that. He got some shorter sentence than that. Then we've got Marcus covering a preview of girls basketball. Michael going out to Refugio, but I don't know if that's a daily story or a story for
Why?
Wednesday.
I'm just curious. Logically, if he caused the crash and he was found guilty of injuring the mom in that crash, why wouldn't he be found guilty in killing the daughter in the same crash?
I don't know. Then in the State Digest, we have a trial starting up in Dallas on a off-duty police officer who chased down two teenagers who were burglarizing his SUV. He rammed their car and then fired more than a dozen times, killing one of them. So that's quite a trial.
But if he
16-year-old.
chased them, then he wasn't in no imminent danger.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if they were even armed, actually. I don't know all the details of that case.
But if you only can use that violent force if you're in imminent danger. And if they
Yeah,
were
the fact that he's
fleeing-
off duty and burglarizing his vehicle probably problematic for him.
Well,
using
the fact that they were fleeing,
and
getting
they're
away
fleeing.
from him.
Right. It was a pretty interesting story. Where is that story I wanted to talk about? Oh, this homeowner association rules. I thought it was interesting. I think it was in the Chronicle. They were going to do photos for the quinceanera, bringing that back around.
I'm still waiting for mine.
And but the mother and the photographer went wherever they're going to plan to have these pictures taken. They saw that the homeowners association had posted signs prohibiting photos. So I think they're challenging the authority of the homeowners association to prohibit photos. I'll have to read that story. Homeowners associations like to exert a lot of power, but I've never heard of them prohibiting photography before.
Yeah, it seems odd.
Yeah. Anyway, so anything big on the national scene otherwise to talk about? There was the bombing in
New York
Times
City.
Square, but fortunately, sounds like there weren't any serious injuries.
They made an arrest, didn't they?
Yeah, the guy strapped the bomb to himself.
Yeah, and he lived.
It must not have been much of a bomb or something of it. A crude pipe bomb. Huh. He was walking through the crowded passage when the bomb went off. And then he was sprawling to the ground, commuters scattered away.
The latest says that he had a livery car license. What's that?
Livery?
Like
Delivery?
delivery.
A livery car
Livery?
license.
That
But
sounds like
that's-
something like the old horse.
But a livery service is a delivery service.
Does it?
It is?
Does that go back
Isn't
from
it?
the horsing days? I don't know what a livery is. Horse and buggy days?
Oh, to work as a car driver.
Car driver.
Like
okay.
like a chauffeur.
Do you see the
I
Pentagon
guess.
is going to allow transgender people to enlist in the military
Yes.
despite
Mhm.
Trump? Alabama Senate race hitting the final day.
Tomorrow.
Is the vote tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Mario Batali. Who's that?
Wow.
Steve Bannon is supposed to campaign for
Mario
more.
Batali, he's a chef.
Oh, well, he's stepping down now after reports of sexual misconduct by the celebrity chef. Wow. Where will it end? Where will it end? 3 Trump accusers speak out, call for congressional probe. That's, they were on Megyn Kelly today, I guess.
The UN ambassador, the one that Trump appointed, basically said, I'm not sure if she's gone rogue or the administration wanted her to make the statement that his accusers should be heard.
We've got training started, so we're going to sign off here. But there are the Golden Globes nominees out.
That's on our website. So
Yeah, so you can check those out and see
Oh,
if you
yeah?
agree with them. I did see 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, and give it a thumbs up. So that's one of the nominees.
until one of the ones we wanted to bring.
Yeah, and next Tuesday night,
Yes,
week from
Tuesday.
tomorrow,
Mhm.
you can see the Florida Project. Is it? It's nominated too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
And on
So,
Thursday you can see Star Wars at
Star
7 p.m.
Wars. You're gonna go far wars.
I thought you were.
Get off of my car
I
wars.
thought you were gonna sing it to the tune of
Dun, dun, dun,
the David Bowie song you were singing.
No, no.
Starman.
I'm doing Bill Murray as a lounge singer
Oh, I see.
from Saturday Night Live.
All right.
Saturday Night Live, yes. All right. On that note, call if you have any. If you want to talk with Tony some more about musicals, call 574-1222.